welcome to the new video, which happens to be a productive day in my life. Even though this was not the most productive day, I feel, because my Friday was all sorts of bamboozled. First of all, my alarm didn't go off, so I woke up about, I want to say maybe 45 to 30 minutes before I was supposed to leave the house, so I was running around like a headless chicken, which meant that I didn't get to check my schedule and actually make sure that I was going in for the correct classes. So I left the house thinking I had a 9 a.m. and it turns out that I actually had an 11 a.m. I got myself some coffee, an iced Americano, always the go-to, to try and wake myself up because even though I overslept, I was still exhausted. So I sat down in our library for about the 2 hours that I had on campus, and I found out that I sat in the absolute worst spot because I was trying to get started on my dissertation draft, as you'll see me later on in the video talking about, to send in, but I just kept being distracted. All the newbies were trying to find their class, and obviously I was the seemingly nice person, just sat there on my own on my computer, like dazed out. Everyone thought that I knew where to go, which I did, but they kept confusing me. I was all over the place because they needed help and I needed help because this project is not for the weak. But yeah, this is how my Friday went. I have not talked to you guys all day, but I just got home from uni and I think I'm just gonna continue working because I'm kind of in a work mood right now, and I'm so close to finishing the second draft of my project proposal. And if I can get that done and sent in by tonight, early tomorrow, even though tomorrow is Saturday, at least my lecturer hopefully will have some time to read over it and then send me like critique marks on Monday so I can work on my second draft, because if I'm correct, I think I have about 2 more weeks with the project proposal before it's actually due. So if I can send him my second draft and try and get that out of the way as soon as possible so I can start studying for our blood transfusion exam, that would be perfect, because they have told us that we have a blood transfusion exam on the 4th of November, but we haven't had a lecture on it yet. Like, they haven't told us anything, so I'm a bit iffy on that. So if I can get started on the work now and at least know all my basics for the test, I think I'll be fine. But I just want to get my project proposal kind of out of the way, or at least have a stable draft that my professor likes, because my first draft, I'll be honest, was all over the place and I got so many different like comments made back, so a lot of things that I needed to change. But this one I'm a little bit more confident on, and hopefully it is the final draft and I can send it in as my final draft. But if not, it's completely okay. But if I can get that out of the way, as I've said like 1,000 times before, and get started on revision for my test, it would be perfect. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go make pasta, change into some comfy clothes, and then come back and do some work. Let's get started. Okay, I am back at my table and I'm about to get started on some work. I'm not gonna do a, like, what do you call it, a time lapse, because I did do that a little bit earlier, but I am going to show you what I am doing. Here I have the framework for my project proposal, like what I'm supposed to do. Obviously I made shrimp wontons. I made these like a couple days ago, maybe if like a week ago, and I've just had them in the freezer, so I took them out, steamed them, and now this is what I'm gonna have whilst I get my work done. Okay, as you guys can see here, I am quite comfortable, but I am mentally going through it because I am reading through my project proposal. I read over it, like, I want to say maybe about 5 or 6 times. I sent it through Grammarly. I sent it through all kinds of checkers to make sure I didn't sound like an AI bot. I sent it to my friends to make sure it made sense. I was checking my references and making sure that it was referenced properly. So this is basically what I did for the remainder of the evening, and I was trying to meet my word count, but at the same time not sound like I was just word vomiting over to my professor on my project. But yeah, this is basically what I did all afternoon and early morning the following morning, which I'm happy to say that I did send it in. I'm happy. Now I'm just waiting for what he thinks I should refine and change and add into this project proposal. But other than that is all I did for the rest of the evening, which is kind of boring. So if you've made it this far into the video, I'm gonna ask you to comment the sun emoji because we've made it through, even though it was a very dull day. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next upload.